It's your girl Tasha, aka Mama Jim, aka Jim the Butterfly, and I'm here with your May 2016 monthly love tarot scope. Excuse me, guys, I'm lighting me an incense. This is for my singles at the top and my couples at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have already pre-shuffled the deck to see, just so we can save some time. This will be for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? Let's look at my singles. Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Devil, and the High Priestess. Your message is not going to be very long. I could just tell you straight up off the muscle. My single Aries are feeling frustrated when it comes to love, and I feel like you're feeling frustrated when it comes to the people that you're meeting, or the people that you have met, or the relationships that you have been in. It's a residual frustration that I feel. I feel like you have gotten over the initial frustration, and I feel disgust. I feel disgust, and I feel like not necessarily indifference, but I'll tell you what I feel. I feel empowerment as a result of the frustration that you felt in the past. Okay? And that's what I feel with the Five of Swords here. You're just like, you know what? Never a fucking again. You know what? I am not, for those who have just not got out of a relationship, but I kind of feel like this is just Aries in general, single Aries in general. You're standing up you're only accepting what you know you're worth. When I see the Five of Swords here, I feel like for some of you, even if you do have people coming towards you, you're stopping them at the door real quick. You cutting people off, all right? And you're cutting them off before they can even have a chance to display their full selves to you. And it's not that you're doing it as a defense mechanism. Well, maybe it is a defense mechanism, but you just have taken on this attitude like, if you're not going to come at me correct, then don't come at me at all. And you have very low tolerance for bullshit. Okay, Aries, you're not up for it. Okay, you're not enthused with people. You're not easily impressed with people. Maybe you were in the past, but you're just not there anymore. I feel like you've been let down so many times. You're just like, you know what? Either you're gonna come correct or you don't come at all, because you're frustrated. You're disenchanted when it comes to love, and it's not that you don't want love. I don't want you guys to think that. It's not that you don't want love, but you want the right kind of love. You want the right kind of person. You want you want it right. And if it's not right, you don't want it at all. I'm gonna keep saying it because I feel it very strongly. You guys have been involved in a very codependent, karmic type relationship. And I feel like this relationship has taught you, when I see the High Priestess here, that relationship has taught you about what you want out of love. Now, what I will say for my single Aquarius is just, it kind of makes me feel like for some of you, there's some anger there. Or maybe there is some anger there. Maybe there's some residual resentment left over from some of these relationships, because maybe you felt like you gave so much of yourself and you got little back in return. Be careful not to turn too bitter. Be careful that you're not coming off as bitter. Be careful that you're not coming off as very cynical. Be careful, and I'm just throwing some things out there to you guys. Be careful that you don't get so disillusion. No, that's not the word I'm looking. Disenfranchised with the thought of love, that you start to repel love when it actually comes to you. Okay, I'm trying to figure out why my camera looks. Why my camera things are looking kind of lopsided or whatever, but it's neither here nor there. I just noticed it. Yeah, so you want to be careful with that, and you also want to be careful with any addictions. Um, yeah, particularly alcohol, particularly you don't. I just put it like this. I don't feel like there's no need to call out what type of addictions. What I will say is, be careful for my Aries out there, that you don't revert back to habits that are not for your highest good, that don't benefit you. Um, what It's ironic that I feel for a small amount of my Aries out there, it's like, even though you're saying, if you're not going to come at me correct, then don't come at all. Yeah, you're saying that, but then there's a part about you that just feels like, you know what, even though you're wanting a relationship and you feeling like you're not finding that right person, there's a part of you that just wants to be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to just go out and I'm going to just do the casual dating thing, and I'm not going to worry about trying to get my emotions into it. even though I feel like that's the same type of situation that brought you into this. You may, because out of frustration, again, you may revert back to that. So what I will tell you is, if you're serious about this, Aries, my little rams, those little numbers in your phone, those just in case numbers, get rid of those numbers. You do not want to create, you're in a situation now where it's very, I guess you are. Yeah, you do. You feel a little vulnerable to me. But you don't want to create a situation where you're going back down the same path that you just left. Okay? And I feel like there are some people, you already know. There's some people in your phone that all you got to do is call them up real quick. Either they coming to see you or you going to go see them. All it starts with a little text messaging, a little picture in your inbox, and there you go. I feel like it's telling you, don't do that. Don't revert back to that. You know better with the high priestess. You know where it's going to lead. Even out of frustration. Oh, yeah, sex is good. Maybe just a little one time. Don't do it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Okay? Don't do it. Keep on your path, baby. Try to remain positive and go forward with the knowledge that everything is going to be okay. Know that you're doing the right thing. Know that you may hit you may hit a little dry spell. You might just hit a little dry spell. But I feel like it's actually going to help you to clear off some of this other energy from people that you've been dealing with. Because I feel like for some of you, you have a lot of residual energy from past lovers, maybe from somebody that they have been having sex with. Like, you have a lot of energy floating around in and around you, and you need that time to be alone so you can get some of this energy out. You really need to get that energy cleared out, especially if you're trying to manifest a spiritual relationship or a more balanced relationship. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Please do not revert back. Even if it's a person or whatever, drugs, drinking, whatever it is. Think about Mama Gemini's reading during the month of May when you want to reach into your phone and call that person. Look at this card right here. Don't do it. Continue to clip away at that chain so that chain can be broken. Okay? You do not want to revert back to this. Okay? You're trying to break away from that and release that bondage. All right? Because look at her. The high priestess is free, honey. Because she knows who she is and she knows what she wants. and she's not letting anybody stop her, not even herself. I feel like this is you stopping yourself because you're giving into you're giving into your lower vibration, or you're giving into your lower self. This is telling you to stay, listen to your higher self, listen to your intuition, allow yourself to be guided. Okay, towards the relationship that you want. Okay, going back to this is not going to take you to a relationship that you want. It's just going to set you up for more failure, and it's going to set you up for more frustration. All right, my couples. Let's see what we have coming in. The Hermit, the Four of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Well, damn, Aries couples. And I feel like this is, if you're in a good relationship and everything is good, then I'm going to just go ahead and let you know this is not for you. There are some Aries out here that are preparing or have left a relationship. It's just not fulfilling the needs anymore. I feel like you have grown spiritually. You and your partner have grown spiritually apart. You are evolving at a much deeper and faster level than them, and you're requiring more. I feel like this is a relationship that was this is not a new relationship. I feel like this is a relationship that has been you guys have been together for a couple of years, and I feel like now you're coming as the Hermit. You're needing to go off on your own. Maybe, now what I will say is, for some of you, that this may not actually result in a breakup, but I feel like you may be feeling like you need to go off on your own, or maybe you have turned more into your inward towards yourself, and your partner is feeling the separation. I feel like you need to reiterate to your partner that you're needing this time to yourself to gain a better understanding, in hopes that this will help to improve the relationship. Because I feel, regardless whether or not you leave, or you're staying and you're just being a little bit more reclusive, I feel like right now you're not very happy with how the relationship is going. You're definitely wanting more emotion, you're wanting more feelings, you're wanting more exchange, communication exchange. You may be wanting more sex. Excuse me, Aries. I kind of feel like you want something a little bit more, a relationship that is more spiritually connected. You don't feel spiritually connected or evenly yoked with your partner any longer. What I would say, I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is coming in as an advice card to you or for you. Is, especially for ones that have, I feel like you guys have been together a long time, and I feel like you have gone up. You've experienced ups and downs, of course, in your relationship, but I feel like it's telling you to hold true, or to really look at what you guys have built over the years, and take an assessment of that. Excuse me. I feel like it's telling you to recognize that your relationship is going through a transitional period, but there is something still of value there. It's telling you to continue to work hard at your relationship, because in the end, I honestly feel like, even though you feel like you want to go, this could be you guys actually going your separate ways. Now, don't get me wrong. I do feel like for some of my Aries, that you guys have tried and tried and tried, and it's just not, somebody wants to be actually out on their own, and they're going to be leaving. But I feel like the ones that recognize the worth within this relationship, and are really willing to work hard, trying to make this work. I feel like one of the reasons why you're staying, or you choose to stay, is that when I see these two rows together, it just makes me feel like, you know what, it's kind of like, both of the roles look very similar to me. They do mirror each other in a sense. You see how the road, hold on. You see how they both branch out and then I'm going the other way. They both branch out and then they come back in again. They both have, it looks like you can get this one and flip it over and it'll fit on that one. You're realizing that, you know what? The grass is not always greener on the other side. I mean, both sides has a deer, very practical. You're looking at it from a very practical point of view. That, okay, yeah, I leave, and we have built up a lot, because I do see that with the Nine of Pentacles, that you guys have been together a long time. You may have had shared businesses together. Maybe you have children together, or, these are just years invested in the relationship. But either way, you guys have experienced ups and downs before, and I feel like for some of you, it's just from a logical and from a more practical point of view, you are putting your feelings aside in a sense, because you have gained a deeper understanding of yourself and how relationships work, that you're willing to just, maybe we need to, it doesn't seem feasible to you to continue on without that person, because you feel like, I let go of this one, and I go meet somebody else. It's just going to be another set of problems, other issues with this person too, because everybody has their own issues. Everybody's a work in progress. So I feel like for some of my Aries, you're just going to just try to stick it out and make it. But for some of you, you really are you're making plans to leave and go your own way. And for those that are going their own way, you really don't care which way you go. You're ready to go. You're ready to set out on your own. I feel like with this person, it could have been an issue with money. There are two sets of Aries couples that I'm reading for. It could have been an issue with money. Maybe this person, this Pentacle person, you could have been involved with an earth sign. I feel like somebody was kind of stingy with money, or maybe one person made more money than the other, and that person who made more money kind of held it over that other person's head. I feel like somebody may have held it over your head, Aries. I don't really feel like or maybe you could have held it, because this is a general reading, but I feel like there was some type of money issue, or issue with, money or long-term plans. Like somebody doesn't feel very settled within this relationship. And I feel like, all before, early on in the relationship, neither one of you were necessarily settled. Both of you were just kind of young and just doing your own thing, and decided, what, I'm going to rock with you and you're going to rock with me, and, let's just build and see what we get. And that was the case. And you guys were building, but I feel like one of y'all are just kind of, y'all just resistant to change, and really just, they don't want to change, and they're trying to maintain, they're trying to still be that person that they were, say, 10 years ago when you started dating them, or 2 years ago, or whatever. You don't see the growth. You're growing, but they're not growing, and you're requiring more, and you're seeing that they're just a little basic. Or maybe you are the person staying a little basic, and your partner is requiring more. It can go vice versa, Aries. But I feel like somebody's moving forward along their spiritual journey faster, and they're needing that person to catch up with them, but that other person is not catching up with them. I feel like, there's a partner that is definitely more interested in the more spiritual aspects of life, and there's a partner that's definitely, by contrast, interested in the more materialistic aspect. And that's where that's where the discord comes in. Okay? Because you have one person essentially trying to live from an existence of needing nothing, and you have another person who feels like they need everything. They have to have, they're very materialistic. So I feel like, again, some of you are going to be able to, with your understanding, with the Hermit card, you're going to realize that, you know what, there could be worse things that I could deal with. It wouldn't even benefit me to leave that person. Let me just try to make it work, because it's going to be the same either way. And that's just your personal choice. I'm not judging or whatever. I'm just telling you the energies that I'm picking up. But I do feel like there's going to be other ones of you, of my Aries, that are actively making plans to leave and to be on your own and go your own way. Because I feel like for some of you, you feel like that person, they're holding you back in some type of sense. And this is not an issue where this is the first time. I feel like this has been a recurring issue throughout the relationship, and at this point you're tired of it and you're just ready to move forward. So good luck to you, Aries. You guys have to let me know how that resonates with you. If you're looking for, or you want a personal reading to delve deeper into this, if either one of these situations resonated with you, please hit me up. My information is in the description box. I would love to read to you. Blah, 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 blah. I would love to read for you, my Aries people. I love you so much, and thank you so much. And enjoy your May 16, 2016, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.